Unveiling the sacred philosophy of religion. Philosophy, the love of wisdom, ventures into realms both familiar and uncharted. One such realm, both captivating and complex, is religion. The philosophy of religion delves into the very core of religious belief systems, examining their underlying assumptions, logic, and implications. It grapples with questions that have intrigued humanity for millennia. Does God exist? What is the nature of faith? How can we reconcile religious beliefs with scientific discoveries? This intellectual pursuit is not merely an academic exercise. It has profound implications for how we understand ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and our relationships with one another. By critically examining religious beliefs, we gain a deeper understanding of the human condition itself. We confront the fundamental questions of existence, morality, and the meaning of life. The philosophy of religion provides a framework for meaningful dialogue. It encourages us to engage with diverse perspectives, challenge our own assumptions, and seek common ground. In a world often divided by religious differences, this pursuit of understanding is more vital than ever. Through reasoned inquiry and respectful debate, we can foster greater tolerance, empathy, and cooperation. Reason and revelation. Naturalism confronts faith. The relationship between science and religion has long been a subject of intense debate. Naturalism, a philosophical perspective that emphasizes the sufficiency of natural laws and processes to explain the universe, poses a significant challenge to traditional religious views. Naturalists argue that the universe is governed by immutable laws, discoverable through observation and experimentation. Supernatural explanations, they contend, are unnecessary and ultimately untestable. This perspective often leads to a clash with religious beliefs that rely on divine revelation, miracles, and the supernatural realm. For example, the theory of evolution by natural selection directly contradicts literal interpretations of creation narratives found in many religions. Similarly, naturalistic explanations for the origin of the universe challenge the concept of a divine creator. Despite these tensions, some argue for the compatibility of naturalism and religious belief. They propose that religious texts should be interpreted metaphorically rather than literally. In this view, science and religion address different aspects of human experience. Science explores the physical world, while religion grapples with questions of meaning, purpose, and morality. However, this reconciliation is not without its critics. Many religious believers find it difficult to reconcile a purely naturalistic worldview with their faith's core tenets. The debate between naturalism and religion remains a vibrant and evolving area of inquiry in the philosophy of religion. Deconstructing dogma, postmodernism's challenge. Postmodernism, a philosophical movement that emerged in the late 20th century, has profoundly impacted how we understand religion. Rejecting grand narratives and absolute truths, postmodern thought emphasizes the subjective and culturally constructed nature of knowledge, including religious belief. It challenges the idea of a single objective truth about God, revelation, or religious doctrines. One of the key contributions of postmodernism is its focus on the role of language, power, and interpretation in shaping religious discourse. Postmodern thinkers argue that religious texts are not neutral vessels of divine revelation, but rather products of specific historical and cultural contexts. They are open to multiple interpretations, shaped by the biases and perspectives of both authors and readers. This emphasis on subjectivity and interpretation has led some postmodern thinkers to embrace religious pluralism, the idea that multiple religious traditions can contain valid insights into the human condition. They argue that no single religion holds a monopoly on truth, and that dialogue and engagement between different faiths can enrich our understanding of the divine. However, postmodernism's rejection of absolute truth has also drawn criticism. Some argue that it leads to relativism, where all beliefs are considered equally valid, regardless of their logical coherence or empirical support. Others contend that postmodernism undermines the foundation of religious faith, which often relies on the acceptance of certain doctrines as objectively true. Bridging divides, the promise of interfaith. Dialogue. In an increasingly interconnected world marked by both globalization and religious diversity, interfaith dialogue has emerged as a crucial arena for promoting understanding and cooperation. This approach emphasizes respectful engagement and open-minded conversation between adherents of different religious traditions. The goal is not to convert or compromise one's beliefs, but rather to build bridges of understanding and identify common ground. Interfaith dialogue takes many forms, from formal theological exchanges between scholars to grassroots initiatives that bring together people of different faiths at the local level. These dialogues can focus on a wide range of issues, including shared values, ethical concerns, social justice advocacy, and conflict resolution. Proponents of interfaith dialogue argue that it is essential for fostering peace and harmony in a world often divided by religious differences. By emphasizing shared values, such as compassion, empathy, and the Golden Rule, interfaith dialogue can help to overcome prejudice, stereotypes, and mistrust. Moreover, interfaith dialogue can contribute to a more just and equitable world. By working together, people of different faiths can leverage their collective moral authority to address pressing social issues, such as poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Through collaborative action, they can strive to create a world that reflects the shared values of compassion, justice, and respect for all. For centuries, the philosophy of religion has been dominated by Western philosophical traditions, primarily rooted in the Abrahamic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. However, in recent decades, there has been a growing recognition of the richness and diversity of religious and spiritual practices found in non-Western cultures. Indigenous religions, often deeply intertwined with the natural world and ancestral traditions, offer unique perspectives on the sacred, the cosmos, and the human condition. Animism, for example, views all aspects of the natural world, from animals and plants to rocks and rivers, as imbued with spirits. This perspective fosters a deep sense of interconnectedness and reverence for the environment. Polytheistic religions, which recognize the existence of multiple deities, provide alternative models for understanding the divine. These deities often represent different aspects of nature, human experience, or cosmic forces. Polytheism challenges the Western emphasis on monotheism and offers a more pluralistic and inclusive vision of the sacred. Eastern religions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, emphasize personal transformation, enlightenment, and liberation from suffering. They offer sophisticated philosophical systems for understanding the nature of reality, consciousness, and the self. These traditions have gained increasing attention in the West, influencing fields such as psychology, spirituality, and mindfulness practices. Faith in the digital age, theology meets technology. The digital revolution, with its profound impact on communication, information access, and social interaction, has inevitably left its mark on religion. Digital theology explores the intersection of faith and technology, examining how digital platforms are shaping religious beliefs, practices, and communities. One significant trend is the rise of online religious communities. Social media platforms, virtual reality spaces, and online forums provide new avenues for religious expression, education, and connection. This is particularly significant for individuals who may not have access to traditional religious institutions or who are seeking alternative forms of spiritual engagement. However, the digital age also presents challenges for religious communities. The spread of misinformation, online extremism, and the erosion of privacy pose threats to religious harmony and social cohesion. Digital echo chambers can reinforce existing biases and make it more difficult to engage in meaningful dialogue across religious differences. Moreover, the increasing reliance on technology raises ethical questions about the role of artificial intelligence, data privacy, and the potential for surveillance in religious contexts. As technology continues to evolve, digital theology will play a crucial role in helping religious communities navigate these complex issues and harness the power of technology for good. Our sacred duty, religion, and environmental ethics. The environmental crisis, with its urgent threats to the planet and all its inhabitants, has prompted a renewed focus on the relationship between religion and ecology. Many religious traditions contain teachings that emphasize the interconnectedness of all beings, the sacredness of creation, and the responsibility of humans as stewards of the earth. Environmental ethics draws upon these religious values to advocate for ecological responsibility and sustainability. It challenges anthropocentric worldviews that place humans at the center of creation and prioritize short-term economic gain over the long-term health of the planet. Instead, it calls for a more ecocentric perspective that recognizes the intrinsic value of all living beings and the need to live in harmony with nature. Religious communities are increasingly mobilizing to address climate change, advocate for environmental justice, and promote sustainable practices. They are drawing upon their spiritual teachings to inspire action, foster a sense of interconnectedness, and promote a sense of responsibility for future generations. From interfaith climate marches to local initiatives promoting environmental stewardship, religious communities are playing an increasingly vital role in the global movement for ecological sustainability. Charting the future emerging trends and challenges. The philosophy of religion is a dynamic and evolving field, constantly responding to new ideas, challenges, and societal transformations. Several emerging trends are shaping the future of religious inquiry, pushing the boundaries of traditional thought and prompting fresh perspectives on the nature of faith in the 21st century. One such trend is the growing interest in neurotheology, a field that explores the neural correlates of religious experience. Using brain imaging techniques, scientists are seeking to understand how religious beliefs and practices impact brain activity and how these findings might shed light on the nature of consciousness, spirituality, and the human capacity for religious belief. Another emerging area of study is the philosophy of artificial intelligence and its implications for religious belief. As AI systems become increasingly sophisticated, raising questions about the nature of consciousness, free will, and the soul, theologians and philosophers are grappling with the ethical and theological implications of these advancements. Furthermore, the ongoing dialogue between science and religion continues to shape the discourse on issues such as the origins of the universe, the nature of consciousness, and the relationship between mind and body. As scientific discoveries continue to challenge traditional religious beliefs, theologians and philosophers are exploring new ways to reconcile faith and reason, seeking common ground and fostering greater understanding between these two seemingly disparate realms. Conclusion: the enduring relevance of religious inquiry. The philosophy of religion, far from being an antiquated discipline relegated to dusty library shelves, remains a vibrant and essential field of inquiry in the 21st century. As we navigate an increasingly complex world grappling with existential questions, technological advancements, and ethical dilemmas, the insights offered by the philosophy of religion provide valuable tools for understanding ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and our responsibilities to one another and the planet. By engaging with the key issues and approaches discussed in this essay, from the enduring tension between naturalism and faith to the transformative potential of interfaith dialogue and the ethical imperative of environmental stewardship, we can foster greater understanding, empathy, and cooperation across religious and cultural divides. In a world often torn apart by difference, the philosophy of religion offers a path toward a more just, compassionate, and meaningful future.